Hey there, Carrie Clark here with SLP Solution and Speech and Language Kids. And today I'm going to show you how to help a child learn to answer yes and no questions. So this is a skill that is often difficult for our children with speech and language delays. So we can help them by breaking this down and starting with very simple yes/no questions and working our way up. So the first question that we would want to use for this would be, do you want it? For something that they actually do want. So we have to make sure it's a preferred item or something that they enjoy. So for this example, let's pretend it's this cute little sloth. So this is their favorite toy. We know they want this. So we say, do you want it? And then we prompt them to say yes. Now it's really helpful to have a visual for this. I've used this green check mark. This is one of our no prep kits from our membership. I use this green check mark. It can be anything. It can even just be the word yes written down or a thumbs up. Just something that you can use to point to help them understand that they are answering, not just saying, do you want it? A lot of times what happens is we'll say, do you want it? Or do you want the sloth? And they'll say, want the sloth? So they'll repeat what you say because that's how they're indicating that, yes, that is what they want. So we can use a visual with a little yes. So what that might look like is you say, do you want it? Yes. And then you help them say yes, or even just point to the picture. Some of our children aren't quite ready to say it, but they can point to the picture and help you understand what they want. So you say, do you want it? Yes. And then when they say yes or point to it, you give them what they want. Cute little slothy. So that would be the first step. And you're going to stay at this step until they can say yes on their own without you having to prompt them through it. Once they can do that, then step 2 is going to be to add a no. So my no is this red cross. Again, doesn't matter what it is, thumbs up, thumbs down, happy face, frowny face. You just need some sort of visual so you can help them understand. Okay, so we are now working on adding in a no. It's still going to be, do you want it? But this time we're going to have something we know they want and something they don't want, like this scrap of paper. Okay, so we know they don't want a scrap of paper. Or maybe it's a food item that you know they don't like because you're probably going to get a good reaction of them pushing it away for that. So we're going to hold up the two things and we're going to have the one we know they want and the one we know they don't want. And we're going to say, do you want it? And we're going to offer them the one that they don't want. So we'll say, do you want it? No. And you're going to point to the no and you're going to shake your head and make it really big because we want to help them understand the difference. So we say no and we put away the thing they don't want and then we immediately switch back to the one they do. Do you want it? Yes. Yes. You want the sloth. Yes. So we're helping them say yes and no or point to the pictures for just a basic do you want it? And we're going to use things that we know they do or don't want to make that easier. So that's step 2. Once they can do that consistently, then you can move to step 3, which is asking them yes/no questions about their basic wants and needs. So again, we're going to have the yes and no, but now we're varying our questions a little bit to see what kinds of different types of questions that they can answer. So we can start with, do you want it? But then we can move to like, are you hungry? Are you tired? Do you want to go to the park? We're just asking them basic questions about themselves. So we're not asking about anything external to them, but helping them with the yes, no, and giving them those picture choices if they need it. So that would be step 3. Once you feel like the child is really getting pretty good at being able to answer yes/no questions about themselves, then we can start working on yes/no questions about other things. And so the next step is going to be identification questions. So here I have some pictures, and these are yes/no identification questions. So we say, is it a ball? Yes. Is this a ball? No, that's an apple. Is it an apple? Yes. So this is, we show them a picture or an item. We say, is this a bird? And we let them answer yes, no, and we prompt them through that. So identification questions would be the next hardest level of yes, no questions. And then after that, we can move on to any other types of yes, no questions. So those first 4 stages are really going to get them understanding how to answer yes, no questions. And then from there, you can work on specific types of yes, no questions that might be necessary in school, or you can just use it throughout the day for other types of yes, no questions. So a few examples of the more elaborate questions that you could ask for stage 5 or level 5 would be, is this us? So we already did that one. Are you blank? So talking about their states. Do you need help? Is your doll crying? Is your doll sleeping? Can I see it? Do you see the blank? So lots of different types of yes, no questions that we use throughout the day. And those can be introduced once they've mastered some of those first ones. All right. I hope that's helpful. If you want more resources for answering questions, you can head on over to speechandlanguagekids.com. We have a ton of free stuff over there. We also have this. So this no prep kit for yes, no is available inside our membership program over at slpsolution.com. We have a bunch of these kits where it's everything you need to take you start to finish through the skill. And that is a membership program for speech language pathologists and professionals. So you can check that out at slpsolution.com, or we've got a ton of free stuff over at speechandlanguagekids.com. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe for more videos. We have more question videos on the way. Thanks.